The champions. PSG versus Arsenal.
Yeah, this you need an introduction. Arsenal's year.
Well, we were fortunate enough, privileged enough to call both of the Paris Bayern semi-finals for CBS and Paramount Plus a month or so ago. And a lot of people, maybe me included, thought that should really have been the billing for the final. I've changed my mind. This is even better. And so exactly...
What was that?
All defenders.
That's what I saw.
The same outfield 10 that began last year's final in front of Gianluigi Donnarumma. And up front, Kai Havertz leads the line with Victor Gyökeres on the bench. Havertz scored Chelsea's winning goal. And don't be going anywhere. Of the 8 knockout games PSG have played in this season's Champions League, 5 have had a goal in the first 10 minutes. Privacy card there. Here's Havertz with an excellent first touch. Left back is Hincapié, preferred to Calafiori, and that's broke very kindly for Kai Havertz. He's got Saka with him. It's Havertz for Arsenal. Oh! What a start! He's been here before! He's scored in the Champions League final before! He is Arsenal's golden goal scorer!
And it's the first goal, and there's a stroke of luck. When you watch that little deflection, Pacho just switches off. You thought there was a touch too many, but the finish is...
I do want to say something. Was this their downfall?
Roofed it.
Because after they score, I heard that they defended the whole game. Which never works. Which it rarely works in football. Especially, I don't know, too many minutes to play, man.
I feel like they were going into this game planning to defend, to be honest.
Oh, even if they wouldn't have scored?
I think so. Because they have like a lot of defensive players.
Oh, I see.
That's just in my opinion, though.
Yeah, I mean, I did watch the game, but you know, I'll save some comments for later.
It's a blistering one, and there's the stroke of fortune. The arm is raised, but there's no chance.
Wait.
And there's the stroke of fortune.
Good ball.
Wait.
Finish is a blistering one, and there.
Bam! Right there.
Is that considered like he has him? That's the only thing.
I don't think that's handball.
Yeah, I don't think it's handball because he does have it like that. But I mean, I guess it won't. Doesn't matter since you know.
There's the stroke of fortune. The arm is raised, but there's no chance of a handball. Kai Havertz.
But that was a banger. I mean, can't score better than that.
What a finish. There's no other way to score it.
That's what you gotta do when you have no angle.
Yeah. That's the only way that he would score it. But talk about a lucky bounce.
Yeah.
Havertz, complete coolness personified, picks his spot and buries it past Safanov. PSG is stunned. Arsenal elated.
Okay, so you're telling me PSG has no chances in 42 minutes?
Because bro, they have all 10 players back. That's why it's hard. Look at the screen right here.
Dang, so that was a boring first half.
Scalia has come deep.
Let's see.
Unable to work any space. Nuno Mendes.
These balls.
Now he's got Mosquera here and found a cross, and he's headed goalwards by Fabian Ruiz. It was
Hincapié with the instincts, wasn't it? Mosquera for the first time has a slip. Wondering whether Kvaratskhelia will get round the outside of him. See them arriving at the far post. This time it was Nuno Mendes. Just that instinct, just to be in the right spot at the right time. That's what helped for Hincapié, just to be.
I remember watching this play, and what's his, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but Katabla, I don't know. The Greek player, he's Greek, right?
Georgian, I think.
Oh, Georgian. Look, he technically had this goal, but Fabian Ruiz header.
Just to be in the right spot at the right time. That's what helped for Hincapié, just to be round. Frustration.
Intensity allows even any
What?
forward of that.
Arsenal had another chance. Oh yeah,
That's
remember this
clever.
one.
And Havertz is in again! That's a fabulous
What a
challenge from
block.
Marquinhos, and it needed to.
What a block.
I remember having this one, and with like Arsenal, this was a chance to kind of end it. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a good defensive move, but I feel like he could have shot it like top again.
To be Coutinho. Fabio Ruiz has some space. But again, it's pretty ambitious and rather desperate effort at goal.
With the hope that Marquinhos would get across, but he's absolutely no now, because they know how dangerous
What
they
a
are.
wasted attempt.
Safanov struggles with balls over his head at the far post. There's 4 Arsenal players lining up way out beyond the 6-yard box.
Also, what do you think about this? The game ending the first half in a free kick for Arsenal.
Typically, I would say that's not right. But apparently, the ref warned them. What I heard was that the ref told them, you only have a little bit of time left. Take the corner quickly. Otherwise, I'm going to blow the whistle.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I did hear that Arsenal was wasting a lot of time. And
They were wasting a load of time.
we'll get to that at the end too. But they're already wasting a lot of time, and it's already past the 6-minute mark, which technically he could end there at 6 minutes. And then look at Saka. And this one I blame Saka.
Struggles with
Let's
balls
look.
over his head at the far post. There's 4 Arsenal
Yeah.
players lining up way out.
No. Oh, it
It's
was
absolutely
before
no
that.
now, because they know how dangerous they are. Safanov struggles with balls over his head.
See, bro, he was taking his time.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, what a wasted opportunity for Arsenal. Because now we never know. Could they have scored here? Could they not?
I mean, they are corner kick FC.
Because even if
This
PSG
was a
would have gotten a
chance.
counter, they would have ended the game before
Yeah.
the counter.
Like, there's no need to take your time here. I don't understand. We'll go back more to this later.
Has seen enough and blown the half-time whistle. And Arsenal weren't able to take the corner, and he's perfectly within his rights to do that.
The commentator said it. He's within
Paris
the right.
Saint-Germain usually restart by kicking the ball out of play as far as they can down the field.
I really liked how he did
They're
that,
already
though.
changing their
Yeah.
tactics.
Yeah, they've got to change, and
Stuck
they've
to
got to
his
keep
word.
the ball on the picture as much as they can. And it was interesting listening to Peter and Guillaume. They've got to find a bit of movement, a bit of change in momentum, combinations.
Coutinho to Doué. Now Kvaratskhelia.
Kvaratskhelia.
Crossed in by Fabian Ruiz. Dealt with again by Gabriel, who's emerging as a player of the match. Doué. Kvaratskhelia. Dembele. Kvaratskhelia. Mosquera got a foot in, and that's a penalty.
Given it is a clear penalty, he knows he's in trouble. Here's the contact first from Mosquera on the.
Okay, I don't want to get back to that one.
And that's a penalty.
Given it is a clear
Is it a penalty or not a penalty before we play it?
In my opinion, it's a pen.
penalty, he knows he's in trouble.
This was my only concern here. It's like, isn't the Arsenal player here? Like, he could already kick the ball with the other leg, like his right leg, instead of waiting to go with the left leg and kick it. Look,
Here's the
It kind of seems like he might be left-footed for doing that. I don't.
no, he could be left-footed, but all he had to do was like tip the ball to his other.
It's a clear penalty.
Because look, he taps it a little bit. All his other defender, all his teammates are there.
He knows he's in.
Yeah.
Look, there's Declan Rice and there's the other defender, and here he technically could win it if he puts
His right foot.
his right foot on the ball, and not just that. PSG player would actually hit him, and it would have been an attacking foul.
Trouble.
But then look, he instead decides to keep running and put his hand on the PSG player, and then kicks it with the left.
Here's the contact first from Mosquera.
I mean, this was a clear pen. Like, there's no arguing that it wasn't a pen because he hit him.
What? Bro, tell me why they didn't replay the other angle. Like, the other angle made it, like, clearer that he kind of kicked the back of the guy's leg. He got ball, but before that, he kind of
I actually think in this one you could see that back more. See, so I think they actually played the back more on this one because it's the highlight, so that there's no question that it was a pen.
It's a clear penalty. He knows he's in trouble. Here's the contact first from Mosquera.
But also knowing that PSG player, this is the last thing I'll say about this play. Knowing that PSG player, he wouldn't have shot right away. He would try to control it, and then by then the goalie could have blocked more space. So I don't know why the defender. I don't know. I'm not. It's hard to know in that situation, but that's just me.
There's no need to go for that. Either go for it early or don't go for it at all.
Yeah, I mean, or try to get it through the middle of the feet instead of kicking it, try to tap the ball after he gets control, right? Like, wait for him to see what he's going to do and then see if you could kick it after that.
Yeah.
Huge moment in the final. Dembele sings right the wrong way, and the champions are on terms.
But also Dembele always shoots there, so I don't know why the goalie didn't do his homework. Dembele's pens are always the same.
He didn't score in last
should know.
year's final. He thought he'd better do something about that. He scored the goals that have propelled Paris back to the final.
Just knew that David Raya knew that they'd gone to his left, opens his body up, and then whips it.
Can I say something controversial? I would have blocked it. No, I'm just kidding.
His leg round into a stride, into a sprint. It's just not been there.
It's come for Hakimi.
Arsenal wanted to bottle it in 2 minutes.
Arsenal getting a little careless. Dembele. He had better options, I think.
A few times David Raya tried to play out. They weren't on the same page, him and Gabriel. From what he's done today in this position, he really hasn't come off. He scored the goal. There, leaning back.
He's been voted League One Player of the Season. Joao Neves, Vitinha, and speculative. It's actually brushed the top. David Raya's net. Timber has it. Saka. Charged down by Varaskelia. Rice has helped it on, and then Gabriel, and then Timber arriving from nowhere. Rice again. Bukayo Saka. Step back into the traffic. And now they're exposed. Saliba has sold himself. Kvaratskhelia with 3 for company. Kavicha Kvaratskhelia. It's the outside of the post. It'll be a corner.
That's how you know Kravitz is better. That's how you know Kravitz is better. Because he didn't know how to finish like Kravitz.
Deflected on the way through.
The other K is better.
From the moment Bukayo Saka decided not to play Kai Havertz in Arsenal, were in trouble. They broke. Alright, Skelly going a length and a half, getting his shots away. Timber apologising.
Nuno Mendes. Terrific diagonal for Doué. Gets the control it deserves. Desiree Doué. Poked into the ball. Ripple the netting. Wrong side of the netting from his point of view.
You feel he's got to score that, hasn't he? The game's stretched, the game's open, and all of a sudden Doué...
Don't you want Arsenal to win? They got 1 minute to attack.
Just keeps on going as defence backpedaling from there. Pick your spot, pick your moment.
Bro,
Tries to whip it, gets under it.
raise your hand if you think the goalie actually has a cramp.
There's no conviction
No
over
pins
the
racing.
strike. He's had a few from distance. None of them particularly close, and from that distance, that's a big miss.
Madueke, well found by Saliba. 5 red shirts in the box here. Saliba. Header aways by Marquinhos. Rice can't claim it. Doué has got Barcola on his way. It's got Gonzalo Ramos trying to get with him. It's Bradley Barcola. Side netting. Just about the same square inch of this stadium from which Kai Havertz scored at the start of the night.
It could have been game
No
over.
solution here.
I mean, PSG had 2 chances in the last 4 minutes to technically end it before the... Luckily, that guy sucks at shooting.
His team led for they were behind for a long time. Although, will they be carving out the word Arsenal for the very first time? 2 changes to the Arsenal lineup. Substitutions inevitable. Eberechi Eze and Martin Zubimendi on. Kai Havertz and Miles Lewis-Skelly off. Rob Green, what are your feelings?
Yeah, it's going to be tight. We know it's been tight from the start.
Gabriel. Madueke. Looking to run Nuno Mendes. He got on the dangerous side of him. Referee's unimpressed.
Bro.
Immediately indicated he saw nothing untoward there. Gabriel High, so well, here we go.
Oh no, Madueke.
They got robbed. No, I'm just kidding.
Let me see if they show the other angle.
He's got a hold of
No,
him there.
there's no
You can
penalty
see
here.
The initial
There you go.
contact.
They didn't show the other angle.
I mean, even in the first one, you could tell that both of them were falling. And look at Nuno Mendes, he's already falling too.
Well, here we go.
Look,
Oh no, Madueke had hold of Mendes' arm.
if it was me, I'm just saying,
He's got a hold of him.
Nuno Mendes
there.
falls,
You can see
that ball's still in front of you
the initial
or behind you, get up and get the ball.
contact. Unless your grab is from Madueke.
Arteta.
Here's Nkapie, who's seemed to find a little bit of life in his legs again.
Arsenal
But
fans are like, we got robbed in 4K.
it's a really poor layoff that from Gyökeres.
Yeah, need more from that.
That is the end of the first period of extra time. The boos are for Arsenal's failure to get a penalty in the past, with mixed results.
Yes.
Would Arteta do that?
I can't see it. I can't see them taking David Raya off, who's got a fantastic record himself at penalties. We've got to get there first. Seeing this great team, this PSG team.
Joao Neves. Oh, and a stumble there by Nkapie. Joao Neves comes for Doué, deflected, and David Raya grabs it. Some say 27, but I watched the ball. It's 26. Only 5 since January. 3 in the Champions League, not in the knockout rounds.
It's 4-3 on the edge of the box for a strike.
Noni Madueke will take it. The header doesn't get the job done from Barcola. Safanov's punch. Ronaldo did enough. Rice back in there, flicked on dangerously.
Yeah, what kind of header was that?
There'll be another Arsenal corner with it. No.
Captain versus captain.
There we go. 2 hours of football is not going to settle it. Emphatic. Really good penalty by the Portuguese international.
He took his last one, and that is as good as we'll see tonight.
Both hard
Honestly, thought he was gonna miss. I'm not gonna lie.
to the goalkeeper's right.
Yeah,
He's 4 out of 4 this season,
but
Gyökeres.
there's no blocking that.
Changes sides, but still scores.
Safanov, you're going to have to go big to your right. And also Gyökeres knew that. Just look at...
It's
Gyökeres knew
Desiree
that,
Doué's
bro.
turn. And he just sends Raya the wrong way.
And that one, honestly, Arsenal's goalie was gonna dive to that side.
Huh?
On that one, I was like, if the Arsenal goalie drives to the right, I mean his right, I was like, he's gonna block it because it's gonna be a weak shot. But he juked him. There's no.
PSG lead 2-1.
both ways. Just that pause, just that wait. Just buys him a second of composure.
Eze with the second Arsenal penalty.
You could just tell.
Oh, and he's hooked it wide. Lots of stutters in the run-up. Looking at the goalkeeper, trying to...
He's watching, he's waiting for Safanov, and Safanov doesn't move. He doesn't even dive. He says stand as long as you like, and the longer you leave him to something to play on Mendes.
I mean, you could just tell the way he moved his hips too much. Yeah.
His mind.
Nuno Mendes, third PSG penalty, saved! Too close to Raya, hit with power, but not with accuracy. Arsenal needed it most.
He went big and he went well. He stuck to his guns, he stuck to his knowledge. Step and...
See, this is a penalty I can't really get too mad at because the goalie, he just blocked it. Nuno Mendes did what he had to do.
Yeah. At least he kept it on frame. Unlike the other guy.
I mean, and it was pretty hard too. Like his shot was pretty fast.
Yep.
Dive and just go as far as you can.
Just unlucky.
And he needed all of that. What a response from Arsenal.
Arsenal was like, we won.
Just to square things up. Declan Rice for Arsenal.
Let him cook.
Yes! Steered confidently into the bottom corner.
Go central again. Just see him stand and wait, and by the time it's past
At this point, Arsenal said, it's ours, boys.
him, he can't react. Declan Rice,
The left-footed Lucas Beraldo. He does a very calm job. Penalty taker.
I don't know who that guy is, but that was a nice penalty.
He's been the standout.
Magalhaes tonight. And it all comes down to his next kick of the ball.
Kimbini.
Oh, it's way over. Way over. It's Paris Saint-Germain on repeat. Encore.
I don't know. You could just, again, sometimes you could just tell it can be a miss.
Oh, it's way over. Way over. It's Paris
How do I know? Because I show all those penalties that I missed. I was never good at penalties.
Saint-Germain on repeat. Encore. The Champions League trophy is going nowhere. PSG are not letting go of it yet. A year on from becoming first-time winners.
Look at the way I did nothing in the final. I'm glad we won.
The first successful defending champions for 8 years. And they know the routine now. They know how this works. They've been here before. They may well come here again. It is Paris in the springtime again. The first club to be crowned champions of Europe in consecutive years for 8 long years. The club that wanted it most has won it again. This was the PSG vision. Years of planning and plotting and investing to become the best in.
Mbappe effect.
Say that again?
The Mbappe effect. I mean, I give props to Arsenal. They did pretty. For the highlights we watched, and I remember watching the game, PSG didn't have that many chances. So yes, you can give props to Arsenal for that. But I would say they wasted way too much time in every hand or take out. I honestly think that was Arteta's and Arsenal's goal. Anytime there's an out of bounds, take as long as you can so you could slow PSG. And I think PSG never actually figured a way how to break that. As you can see, it's unfortunate because, when you lose in penalties, it couldn't gone either way. Was PSG the better team? Yes. But Arsenal neutralized them? Yes. And as you could see, there was not that many chances. They had a possession, but possession means nothing when you can't really do damage. And they thankfully didn't do damage. And there's no clear Ballon d'Or winner in any of those teams. Maybe Vitinha, because midfielders always get left out for the work they do. But it's also World Cup year, so. And shout out to Luis Enrique.
Big shout out to Luis Enrique, the guy that never gets the credit. This is his second Champions League in a row. Let me remind people, this is a team that has never won Champions League for decades and decades and decades and decades.
And they spent a lot of money on many players since I think starting 2013, maybe 2014, when they really started spending on a lot of players. And since then, they've been fighting, but they've been stayed behind until last year and this year.
Yep. He takes over, gets back-to-back Champions League. That is not easy.
And I don't think
he changed the team's whole identity, the way they play entirely.
And Mbappe left. And I don't think he wasted much money. I don't think he bought players, did he? I can't remember if he did.
He probably bought some, but he never really bought like
spent,
huge, big superstar. He let Mbappe go, and he was like, now we are going to see the real team.
See, and the reason I gave the shout out to Vitinha is because I remember watching PSG games back in the day, and Vitinha just sucked. Like, he sucked. He was not good. He kept losing balls. He didn't know how to defend. He didn't know how to get passes. And then Luis Enrique comes, and he became one of the best midfielders. And then, and same with Marquinhos. Marquinhos was always a great defender, but he was always known for making huge mistakes and giving both PSG like many losses for a lot of his mistakes. And look him now. He's pretty old too. And playing at the level he is, that says a lot. There's no player in PSG that you could say deserves to be Ballon d'Or because none of them stand out this season except for, I guess, the midfielder always. But Luis Enrique is the main person who drives this team.
I saw some clips of him at the end. The man looks exhausted. He looks drained. He looks like he aged quite a bit. But the dedication he put into managing, coaching PSG is amazing.
Is he gonna leave? No, just kidding.
I think he's gonna try to go for a third.
Is Mourinho gonna beat him? Is Mourinho gonna make Mbappe a winner?
If
But
Luis Enrique can't, Mourinho probably can't.
I think it's clear that Luis Enrique is the main reason PSG's been winning. And also what was I gonna say? Because even when they won the first Champions League, I was like, oh, it could be a fluke, right? Like bunch of luck. I'm not saying they weren't playing good because they were definitely the best team. But also I was like, oh, maybe a fluke. I don't know. But to win it again, that means there's no fluke.
And apparently Dembele had a good tournament too, according to the stat I saw online.
No, I think this year, I'm gonna be honest, they were trying to boost Dembele more than he was. He was injured half of the season. Most of the goals were penalties, and I think it was only 8 goals in Champions League, which is good in Champions League, but the penalties. So yeah, they're trying to boost Dembele this season, but no, he's just not there. I mean, Nuno Mendes also, despite his being good, I didn't see too much stuff from him. I think it's just they're just good as a team, right? Which we said is better than having someone Harry Kane, look, 61 goals. And they only won the German leagues and the Olcast trophy or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else you want to say about this final?
Yeah, I do want to bring up that they didn't show one controversial thing, which was Saka's handball.
Ooh.
Tell me why CBS didn't put that in the highlights. Maybe it's out of respect for Henry, because Henry's on CBS and he was really hurt that day.
Let's see. Oh, dang, that's loud. I think I almost blew my ears out. Ronaldo, what's Ronaldo doing here?
Penalty following that handball from Bukayo Saka.
Yeah.
It's a strange corner straight to Saka, who didn't deal with it initially. The PSG players suggested it bounced. Oh my word, we'll have a look.
Close you down, João Neves. You were looking at the handball. Yeah, she's right.
That's a handball. I'm sorry. You don't have to make that big.
I'm probably had to close you down, João Neves. You were looking at the handball. Yeah.
That's a handball. Anyway.
Wait, now that I watch it in slow-mo, did it touch both arms?
Watch.
She's right arm, probably hit she's left too.
It's a strange corner straight to Saka. Initially, the PSG suggested it bounced. Oh my word, we'll have a look.
Close you down, João Neves. You were looking at the handball. Yeah,
yep.
She's right arm, probably hit close you down, right? João Neves. You were looking at the handball.
One, two.
Yeah, she's right.
It looks even worse now that I see it like this.
So this could have been the 1-1, right? Or were they? Yeah, they
Yeah,
were 1-0.
1-1.
Yeah, yeah.
But a lot of people would argue like, oh, it's accidental or he didn't mean it. But in my opinion, if you swing that badly and miss the ball and it hits your hand, I mean, it's your fault, right? It's a
Yeah,
handball.
that's not accidental. That's you just miscalculated the ball. Like
Yeah,
there's no going around that. That's insane. So I guess the best team and the fair team won. Don't tell that to Bayern fans though. Um,
yeah, that was a little different.
um,
But I mean, this is gonna be controversial, but Arsenal almost robbed their whole way through. Robbed at the Atletico Madrid. This handball, it wasn't even in the highlights.
it wasn't. I'm sorry, you gotta put that in the highlights. I don't know why they leave controversial plays in highlights.
I think they might be for like a certain team, so they kind of leave some stuff out. I want to see. I'm curious what people say in the comments.
Oh, I see.
Or like on the main game.
Let's see. Let's see.
They might talk about that. What? No one talks about the handball. See, that's crazy.
Look at this, bro. Well, these two comments are goaded right here.
Oh, man. Yeah. Thank you, PSG, for saving us from all that noise. See what happens when you leave the handball out? Nobody mentions about it. That's
Oh, wait,
crazy.
wait, wait, wait. Look here. I guess my only thing is that people are not mentioning the handball, and I could be wrong. I think it's because PSG won. I think if PSG would have lost, they would have been mentioning the handball way more. I'm assuming
Yeah,
that's one reason, not the main reason, but probably that's. But this could also just be the for not showing it in the highlights.
good point.
Um,
I felt like Arsenal came into this game to defend, to disrupt play. Pretty much the ugly part of football. Everything ugly, if I'm gonna be harsh about it.
I
Um,
mean,
they they started the game from the very beginning, wasting time, trying to take time off the clock, and they're defending with like 10 men.
it
I mean,
was.
that's one way to go. Like, yeah, it's a part of football. Like, you defend, you everybody wastes time, but
Well, the other thing is like I said, this felt very boring to me. The final. I think it felt intense and it felt like captivating only just because it was the final. So like you wanted to keep watching because it was the final, but not because like both teams were playing good. And this brings me back to what I was gonna say earlier. I just find it crazy that like Saka had like zero dribbles in the area. and like joking players at least get one good cross or shot a goal, and but this goes for PSG players too. Like again, I think we saw what's his name? Karastav, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but the one with the K,
Yeah.
the Georgian player. He had probably like 3 or 4 chances, but they were not like into the end of the game, and obviously the penalty, which is important. But even Nuno Mendes probably had one cross that was good. I don't know. Like I know Arsenal parked the bus on them, but I just find it very hard for none of those players to like, I don't know, juke somebody.
Yeah, Arsenal basically defended with two blocks or lines of four, and they did it well. They defended really well. They played their game well, and it made it really hard for PSG to do what they do. They were trying, but Arsenal defended well, so they couldn't really do much. Um, as for Saka, I feel like Arsenal and England kind of overhypes him. They kind of make it seem like Saka is like Lamine Yamal, you know?
Or Benny. No, but again, this is my thing. Like, and it doesn't have to be Saka either. Like, just in general, even when Beanie and Mbappe don't do nothing, or even Lamine, me, I just find it crazy that I'm like, yo, of how good you are. You couldn't, like, yes, I don't know, like, juke them once.
Yeah.
And I feel like in this case, Saka was more like, it was a waste of player, if that makes sense, because he's not like a defender. He's supposed to be going on the open space, and like Arsenal fully, like, how can I say this? Like they fully gave up on counters. Don't you think they could have had a better chance of winning when they were 1-0 if they would have focused on counters? I mean, PSG already had the ball anyways. I don't know.
It was probably because it was so hard for them to get the ball. And when they did, PSG players kind of swarmed.
Hmm.
So they like panicked and lost the ball. And then back comes PSG.
No, I don't know. I heard that Martinelli was one of the fastest. Yo, just juke them. Nah, just kidding. No, I think it had to do with the way both teams played. But I don't know. I just suspected more, I guess, from both sides. But it's a final. Whoever wins, wins.
Oh, one thing I really want to mention, probably barely anybody mentioned it, is that I felt like Luis Enrique is a madman because he took off like probably about half his starters during extra time and put in his bench players. And I feel like that's madness, like in a final and maybe potentially going to penalties. I
You
mean,
know,
it worked out in the end, but man, that
what's funny? I was surprised at that too. However, I was like, well, Arsenal's doing nothing. So my thinking was, I think he gave younger players thinking they're more ambitious. They cannot try to take the risk and dribble or something, right? But obviously, you saw that guy sucked the shooting, so he missed it. Um, but yeah, no, that's pretty wild, especially going to penalties. And same with Arsenal. I'm like, yo, you took all the people who shoot. They obviously had a more balanced substitutions, right? But I was like, dang, you're going, like, I was like, Arsenal, you're also going to PKs with a lot of less players that shoot PKs. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, Luis Enrique did what Luis Enrique does, but in the end, it all worked out. And especially one of the guys that he put in was the guy that shot that penalty really well. The guy that you said, oh, you don't really know him, but that was a good penalty.
Yeah, I don't know that guy, but I
Yeah, I
was
don't
like, that
know
was
that
the
guy
best
either.
penalty. Like him and Ramos, I think were the best penalty takers.
Yeah. Imagine he took both of his starting wingers, his two main guys basically, out of the game, subbed in like bench guys. Um, yeah,
I think he knew Dembele was gonna flop on the PKs.
yeah, maybe.
I could say is congrats to PSG. Luis Enrique definitely deserves all the credit. Um, Arsenal, you made it. You didn't lose bad. She losing penalty, so that should be they should fans should also be proud of Arsenal. Um, but I think this goes back to what we're saying. And English football is not the best football. They're defensive and tough for sure. But look how PSG plays. And look how City plays when they won. They were all playing like trying to be like mini Barcelonas or Spanish football because Madrid plays the same way too. Um, I mean, PSG goes by Luis Enrique. He plays like when he was a Barca. And even Arteta is Spaniard, but he does have more tactics of like the Premier League tactics. And I'm just gonna say it: when you're gonna defend, that only works out for Chelsea.
Sorry, I also want to bring up one more thing. I mean, Arsenal is can only blame themselves because tell me why for the fifth penalty, the most crucial one, the one that big players love to take, like Ronaldo, who are actually good at penalties. Tell me why you're giving it to a defender. And not only that, tell me why the defender who's kicking the fifth penalty, who has to make it, is trying to shoot top corner.
I just stopped corner. He's doing all that little dance, and I was like, yeah, no, no. I like that. When I saw him, he reminded me of Mina. Remember when he missed the penalty against Argentina? That Colombian defender. And I was like, oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's gonna miss. Again, he only works for Chelsea. And yeah, I don't know why Arteta put. Well, apparently Arteta came out and defended it. He said, "Oh, we practiced for this, and we picked that he was gonna be the fifth one. He was ready. Blah blah blah. He he always made it in practice." That's what he said. I'm not joking.
yeah, that's what I heard too. Did they
But
not have any other offensive players who could have taken the fifth one? Or like put a defender in the middle, like maybe third, maybe second or something, fourth.
I just don't know what happened to Arsenal because before the final, they were the favorites and everything. And I'm not saying like, people were hyping them up. They were literally the favorites. They were smacking every team. They smacked Bayern Munich during the season. They smacked PSG during the regular season. Uh, did they just get too scared from losing to City and losing finals and then they decided to become more defensive than actually playing regular football, because the whole year Arsenal was the best team and they were beating all the big teams. And then all of a sudden, the last 8 games of Premier League and other cups, then they decided to just be the team that defends. That's what I don't understand. That's why I was telling people Arsenal might win, because I was like, well, they smacked PSG in the regular phase of Champions League, and they easily beat them.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's a long journey, but
Maybe football heritage played a part in this. It's just Arsenal's history.
that's true. But you could kind of see it, right? 2-0.
2-0.
And again, they also smoke Bayern. I think they beat Bayern like 5-2 or 4-2. I can't remember, during regular Champions League season.
I think they were scared.
I think that was the main factor. Like, why would you, your whole season, you're scoring, you're playing good football, and then,
If you think about it, everything is against them. Throughout their history, they lost a bunch of finals. PSG alone, pretty scary. It's a final, so they're scared to lose a final. So all three of that is like huge psychologically.
and then the other thing I could say is, moving away from this final, the last year PSG won 5-0, right? And then Cruz Azul, CONCACAF champions in the North American Champions League, they win 5-0 in the final. This is just a coincidence, right? And then this season in CONCACAF champions, they also went 120 minutes, and they also decided in penalties.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of another coincidence, like last year. And I even remember last year, when Cruz Azul won 5-0 in the final, they said, PSG, we won the same as you in the socials, right?
Yeah.
And then I just thought it was funny that this year, the Champions League final was ended in penalties, and that red team won. And then the CONCACAF Champions League final was also ended in penalties, and the red team won. Oh no, here the red team didn't win. The blue team won.
Yeah.
Over there, the red team won. But then I thought it was Arsenal's year, because look, can you see this, Anthony, or did it go into a different page?
I see it.
Um, I thought it was Arsenal's year, because River Plate
Arsenal?
lost the final to a new team that's never won it. So I was like, maybe this Arsenal's year. But I guess no, they just too cursed.
At least Arsenal got one trophy.
Yeah, they did.
But hey, 1 out of 4 is a big humbling.
Let's end with congrats to PSG. Arsenal, maybe next year.